If you're looking for ways to look and feel fit and healthy, if you're looking for ways to be outside in nature and get sunlight and fresh air, if you're looking for ways to strengthen your family, to train your children, if you're looking for ways to give to community, at the same time building up community, if you're looking for ways to work in nature and with nature's creator, all at the same time, then check out what they're doing in Terrace, British Columbia.
We began gardening when we lived in Spokane, when my husband Oliver was doing training there, and we had really great mentors that taught us a lot, and they taught us how to do bigger gardens. And then when we moved back to Terrace, we took that knowledge and we had the opportunity to work in this garden. And so we were excited and we said, yeah, we'll take it. And we began working here. And one of the lessons our friends taught us in Spokane was about giving from the garden and always giving the first away, and that you're never ever able to outgive the Lord. And we've really experienced that with this garden here, that you can't outgive the Lord. You give and God provides. And it's an awesome thing to teach the kids. It's an awesome thing to teach us, because it's always a lesson that we need reminding. And God blesses when you give. The garden started in 2015. We moved back here and the garden had been run by somebody else. And so we took it over. And there was 3 families who started, and we just started gardening it. We didn't have a garden at home, so we started farming this garden, and it grew from there. The garden started as just the one plot here, and we started farming half of it, and the other half was potatoes going to the food bank. And it turned into, we decided to add 10 fruit trees. We've got cherry and apple, and then we added 4 years ago 100 blueberry bushes, and then last year we added 100 feet of strawberries. Community members love fruit. They love vegetables, but fruit is extra special, and so we thought that that would be a good addition to the garden too. The purpose started out a little bit different than it is now. We started out by giving a little bit to feed the homeless in the park, so they would make soups and give it to feed people in the park once a week. And then one of our team members works at a school, and so the school would take produce to make soups for kids that may be their only meal they get in the day. But now it's turned more into a giving garden. We don't have a direct purpose for it, but so far we've been making baskets and filling them, and we give one to each of the neighbors around the church. And we give them to people who are lonely. We give them to church members who we haven't seen in a long time. We give them to people who are sick, people who are hurting, just somebody who needs cheering up. So we try to give at least half the produce that comes out of the garden away. And we don't know exactly where it's going to go. We would love eventually maybe to have a produce stand for the kids to run, where they could give the proceeds to a mission of their choice. We've done the garden for 6 years now, and each year it's grown. So we have community members. It's a lot of young moms with kids who are learning about gardening. People who want to learn are joining. I have people coming just asking me, can we join the garden this year? So of course, we'll never turn down workers. We have church members who help. Yeah, church members, community members, people who want to get out and get their fingers in the dirt and learn about gardening. So we have probably 15 families involved now, and it started with 3, so it's pretty cool. The purpose or the mission of our garden here, there's kind of a couple parts of it. I think the first mission is teaching. We want to teach all the kids, there's a lot of kids here, and we want to teach the kids where food comes from, how to work, how to finish a job. They weed for a little bit and then they get to play, or they help harvest, they help pick. And so teaching them what's a plant, where plants come from, where food comes from is really important. And it's also teaching parents. A lot of people who are part of our team come here because they want to learn how to garden and then take that knowledge to their own backyard so that they can start a garden. And then our other purpose of this garden is to give. And we really want a no strings attached, giving food to community members, just to show God's love to people who might not have any contact with any church. We're not sure where God's taking it, but so far those are the purposes. And we pray about it, and He'll give us a vision in time.
I think I met up with Penny somewhere, and she mentioned it, and then I was invited by Penny and Leah, I think, just to be part of the community garden. I enjoy being part of just being able to serve the community by growing things and by meeting people here and developing friendships. It's just a wonderful community building opportunity.
And Oliver said productivity is not our goal. We want to get a lot of stuff from the garden, but if just productivity was a goal, then we wouldn't have the kids helping, because there's a lot of casualties when kids help in the garden, but we really want them to be involved and want them to learn. And so it's a kid-friendly garden where they can learn too. We don't weigh anything that comes out or measure it, but we just work our hardest and let God bless the garden.
His face shine upon you and be.
I'm inspired by what Leah said. Her family, her team, it was very interesting to see what they did. For all of you who are watching, I encourage you, pray to God and see what God is calling you to do that would do two things at the same time. Number one, build up your own spirit, and number two, build up other people as well. Give it a go. I'm sure God will lead you.